You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/day to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/day for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
Welcome, Deep Divers. Today we're embarking on what feels like an essential mission, navigating the intricate landscape of El Salvador.
Absolutely. We're digging into the country's national press.
Right, extracting the most crucial insights. Think of this as your shortcut to truly understanding the economic shifts, the societal discussions, and, well, the vibrant cultural pulse shaping this dynamic nation right now.
Especially looking at September 2025.
Exactly. We'll be looking beyond just the headlines to uncover some surprising facts, maybe, and definitely the bigger picture. We want to help you stay well informed, without the usual information overload. Wednesday, September 17th, 2025. Greetings to our listeners in the United States, in California, Florida, Washington, and Texas. Welcome to the News El Salvador SV podcast, a space for conversation and reflection where we explore current events in El Salvador and the world together. Find us for free on YouTube Music, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Deezer, or on your favorite podcast platform. Find us on PayPal. The username is in the description of this podcast's content. Remember, your contributions help pay the bills so we can provide content. We are News El Salvador SV. Follow us, share, and comment. And what a rich, really multifaceted picture the national press paints for us this month. Seriously, we're talking about everything from groundbreaking shifts in how the country generates its power. Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Since significant economic movements to vital discussions around public services, the justice system, and even the sheer joy of cultural celebrations. It's clear El Salvador isn't just buzzing with activity, it feels like it's navigating a period of really profound evolution on multiple fronts.
Indeed. And what truly stands out when we sift through these, diverse reports is how these seemingly disparate threads, like whether it's a major infrastructure repair or a new educational policy or even a triumph on the global sports stage, they all connect somehow. Mm-hmm. They weave together to form this comprehensive narrative of El Salvador's current trajectory. And it highlights not only remarkable progress and strategic repositioning, but also, those persistent challenges that demand national attention.
Right.
So we'll be looking at what these diverse elements signal about the nation's direction, its priorities, and crucially, what they mean for its citizens today and in the future.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Our journey into El Salvador's national pulse starts with the foundational elements, economy and infrastructure. We're seeing some truly fascinating trends here. And first up, we have to talk about energy, because this is where it gets really interesting. Quite groundbreaking, actually.
It genuinely is. The national press has been, buzzing is the right word, about this profound and rapid shift towards sustainability that's been underway.
Okay.
A staggering 97.2%, let that sink in, of El Salvador's electricity generation plants are now photovoltaic.
Wow, 97%.
Yes, meaning they harness sunlight directly, bypassing traditional fossil fuels almost entirely. The country currently operates 2,009 such plants.
Over 2,000 solar plants.
Exactly. It's a monumental effort. And it really positions El Salvador as a formidable leader in renewable energy adoption, not just within Central America, but potentially on a global scale.
That scale is just hard to grasp.
It is. And the real aha moment here, I think, with El Salvador's near total shift to solar isn't just about environmental stewardship, though that's obviously vital. It's also a masterclass in strategic economic positioning.
Oh, so?
Well, by becoming a regional, maybe even global frontrunner in renewable energy infrastructure, they're actively creating a new attractive hub for green tech investment.
Oh, okay. I see.
They're diversifying their economy, significantly enhancing their energy security. This isn't just a policy, it's like a profound national rebranding, a long-term vision for a sustainable future, likely to attract further green tech investments and foster related industries within the country.
97.2% solar, though. That's genuinely astounding. But I'm curious, what does such a rapid and extensive shift mean for the stability of their national grid? Are there unique challenges the press is discussing? Managing an energy system so heavily reliant on, one source, even if it's renewable?
That's an excellent and very important question, yeah. And the press definitely highlights these considerations. It's not all smooth sailing. While the commitment to solar is monumental, integrating such a high percentage of intermittent power, power that fluctuates with daylight, does require significant investment in grid modernization.
Makes sense.
We're talking about advanced battery storage solutions, smart grid technologies, sophisticated management systems, all to ensure consistent reliability and prevent outages.
So, big investments needed.
It's a massive undertaking, absolutely, not without its technical hurdles and substantial initial costs. But it's clear El Salvador is betting big on overcoming them. They understand the long-term benefits, energy independence, a cleaner future outweigh these immediate challenges. It's a testament to some bold national planning.
Okay, so beyond these groundbreaking strides in renewable energy, the financial health of the nation itself offers a fascinating, maybe slightly more complex picture of dynamism. Let's pivot from kilowatts to capital, right? Explore the country's economic pulse.
Sounds good.
The national headlines are reporting that credits from the 13 banks operating in El Salvador grew by a pretty robust 7.5% year on year. That reaches $18,190.5 million by July 2025.
That's a significant figure.
And separately, national exports experienced a healthy 7% growth.
These figures are quite telling, yeah. They signal a robust economic environment. These significant growth in bank credits, exceeding $18 billion, that strongly suggests a dynamic and expanding economy.
Right. Businesses and people are borrowing.
Exactly. Businesses and individuals are actively investing and consuming. This capital injection likely fuels various sectors from small and medium enterprises right up to larger industries. It stimulates production, job creation across the board.
And the export growth.
Well, that 7% growth reinforces this picture of economic dynamism. It reflects increased local production, and it strengthens El Salvador's position in international trade relations. What's particularly insightful here, I think, is that this combination, domestic lending and export growth, often indicates a positive cycle of economic confidence. Investment leads to more production, which leads to more trade, more jobs. It speaks volumes about the current vitality of the Salvadoran market.
Okay, that sounds positive. However, not all indicators are pointing upwards with quite the same enthusiasm, are they? We're also seeing reports that passenger arrivals to El Salvador saw a 6% reduction by August 2025.
Yeah.
This could hint at maybe some external pressures or, evolving trends.
This definitely raises an important question. What factors might be contributing to this decline in tourism? It's a critical point because tourism is just so vital for the Salvadoran economy.
It supports a lot of jobs, right?
Countless livelihoods and businesses, yeah. Hotels, restaurants, local artisans, tour operators, you name it.
Yeah.
This 6% reduction, well, it could be a short-term fluctuation, maybe regional economic shifts, changes in global travel patterns, maybe even evolving perceptions of the destination.
Or something else.
Or it could signal underlying concerns that need addressing. Things like competitiveness, marketing strategies, maybe even infrastructure for visitors. Understanding the root causes is crucial.
For who? The government, the industry.
Well, really. The government and the tourism sector need to develop targeted strategies. This can mean reevaluating promotional campaigns, exploring new source markets, enhancing the visitor experience, basically figuring out how to re-attract tourists and ensure the continued growth of this important industry. It certainly warrants closer scrutiny and a proactive response.
Okay, and then there's this long-standing critical national financial challenge that continues to demand attention. It looms large in the headlines, the weight of pensions. The total pension debt in El Salvador has exceeded an alarming $11,000 million by July 2025.
That figure, it represents a profoundly significant long-term financial burden for the nation. An accumulated pension debt of over $11 billion isn't just a number. It raises serious systemic questions about the sustainability of the current pension system. The core challenge it presents for the nation's future is, well, multi-layered.
Like what?
It places immense pressure on government finances, potentially diverting crucial resources from other essential public services or vital development projects. For future generations, it implies a need for substantial, probably difficult reforms to ensure their own retirement security.
And international bodies are noticing.
Oh, yes. The International Monetary Fund, the FMI, has already called for such reforms in 2026. That underscores the urgency and signals international recognition of its severity.
For people now, retirees, workers.
For them, it creates a palpable degree of uncertainty about the future of their benefits. It makes it a highly sensitive and critical area for national policy and public debate. The press reflects a clear understanding that this isn't just an economic issue, it's a social contract issue with significant human impact.
Okay, so amidst these larger financial currents, on the ground, we're seeing infrastructure projects actively on the move. It indicates both progress and, well, ongoing challenges in daily life, doesn't it?
It does.
ANDA, the National Administration of Aqueducts and Sewers, they completed repairs on a crucial 48-inch pipeline in San Salvador's Zona Norte. That had impacted water supply for many residents.
Right, that's essential work.
Then the Directorate of Municipal Works, the DOM, initiated a new bridge and street project down in Zacatecoluca.
Improving connectivity there.
And FOVIL, the Road Conservation Fund, is set to intervene on Constitution Boulevard for over a month. That signals major road work.
Which means disruptions, but hopefully long-term gains.
And interestingly, in a crucial demonstration maybe of public accountability, the University of El Salvador has requested environmental studies for the SICFCO construction project in El Espino.
That is interesting. These projects collectively paint a picture of a nation actively developing and addressing its foundational needs. The swift repair of that 48-inch pipeline by Andia is critical for daily life, directly impacting water supply for thousands in San Salvador.
Absolutely fundamental.
And it shows necessary responsiveness. The new bridge and street project by DOM in Zacatecoluca, that will undoubtedly improve connectivity, reduce travel times, facilitate economic activity, making transport easier.
Makes sense.
F.E. Vile's road work on Constitution Boulevard, while, yes, potentially causing temporary disruptions, signals a commitment to upgrading critical urban arteries. Better traffic flow, safety, long-term durability.
But the university's request about SECFIA.
That's particularly noteworthy, yes. It's an important example of public bodies advocating for environmental accountability and due diligence. It demonstrates a healthy tension, perhaps, between the push for development and the imperative for ecological responsibility.
So it's not just build, build, build.
Exactly. It shows that while the nation is building and modernizing, there's also a public demand for thoughtful, sustainable development that considers its environmental impact. That's a sign of a maturing public discourse, I'd say.
Okay, so that's a snapshot of the economic gears turning, the infrastructure paving the way for a modern El Salvador. But how are these foundational shifts truly impacting the daily lives of Salvadorans, particularly when we look at crucial pillars like healthcare and public safety?
Right.
Let's shift our gaze now to the more personal side of national life. Healthcare, justice, and also how El Salvador is investing in its future through education.
Okay. Starting with healthcare, what's truly concerning and presents a significant challenge, according to the press, are the reports from Symmetris. That's the Salvadoran Medical and Related Professionals Union.
What are they reporting?
They indicate that at least 300 specialists and subspecialist doctors have resigned from the ISSS, the Social Security Institute, just since December 2023. Some reports even cite more than 350 resignations.
That sounds like a lot very quickly. What?
The primary reason cited by Symmetris is persistent delays in collective contract negotiations. But this isn't just a statistic, it's a serious concern for public health of a potential cascading ripple effect.
How so?
It directly impacts patient care. Longer wait times for appointments, maybe reduced access to specialized treatments, an increased burden on the remaining medical staff who are likely already stretched thin.
A brain drain.
Exactly. Such a brain drain of highly skilled professionals can severely strain the overall capacity of the healthcare system, especially for complex or long-term conditions. Understanding the broader reasons may be beyond just contract disputes, maybe working conditions, resources, career progression, and actively seeking sustainable solutions to retain this talent are absolutely crucial.
To ensure quality and access.
Quality, accessibility, and continuity of public health services for all citizens. It's a vital sector that clearly needs robust support.
Okay. Now, on the public safety and justice front, the national headlines reflect ongoing sort of multifaceted efforts. It indicates a concerted push against crime and maybe a strengthening of the justice system.
Seems that way.
We've seen news of a significant drug bust, the seizure and incineration of 1.4 tons of cocaine valued at an impressive $35 million. That's a massive blow to illicit trade.
Huge seizure.
Judicial outcomes also seem to demonstrate decisive action. There was a 50-year prison sentence for a feminicide in Chalatenango. That's the deeply troubling crime of killing a woman specifically because of her gender. It sends a powerful message, presumably.
It's a very strong message, yes.
We also saw a 12-year sentence for a delinquent in Zacamil, and assets like $15,000 and a vehicle were expropriated due to money laundering.
Tackling the financial side, too.
Right. And authorities captured an MS-13 gang member for threats in Santa Ana, plus an individual for arms and drug storage, about $7,000 worth using a shop facade to hide their operations.
These actions clearly demonstrate a comprehensive, multi-pronged approach to crime fighting. They're targeting everything from large-scale transnational drug operations down to individual acts of violence, organized street crime, and financial malfeasance.
That drug bust seems particularly significant.
It is. It highlights the country's commitment to combating drug trafficking, which has broader regional and international implications for disrupting criminal networks. The specific judicial outcomes, like that 50-year sentence for feminicide, send a strong message about the justice system's stance on serious crimes. It aims to act as a deterrent and provide justice for victims.
And seizing assets.
That underscores efforts to dismantle the financial infrastructure of criminal enterprises. But what's also evident in the press, almost mundane but still important, is the persistent challenge of road safety.
Ah, yes, the accidents.
Reports mention 4 people injured in a 5-vehicle accident in Quezaltepeque, 6 in Santa Ana, 3 individuals arrested for drunk driving after causing accidents. It's an ongoing issue.
So what's being done?
Well, there's a proactive measure by FONET, the Fund for the Attention to Victims of Traffic Accidents. They're conducting training for public transport drivers specifically to prevent accidents. It underscores the importance of addressing this through both robust enforcement and crucial public education campaigns. It's trying to be a holistic approach to improve safety on all levels.
Okay, moving into education now. Public schools introduced a new demerit system for discipline and good manners during the Civic Month. And, well, in a more specific, almost humorous note that actually made national headlines, the Edgar haircut, apparently popular on TikTok, is now explicitly prohibited in schools.
Oh, the Edgar cut. Yes, I saw that.
I have to admit I had to look at one up. It really makes you wonder how timeless that parent-teenager struggle over hairstyles truly is, doesn't it? What's the wider implication here? Is it about discipline? Or maybe something more about cultural expression clashing with traditional norms?
That's a great observation. And it certainly resonates, doesn't it, with universal experiences of school rules. These educational initiatives highlight different facets of national development, really, from behavioral standards to long-term workforce planning.
Okay.
The new demerit system, along with prohibiting certain hairstyles, reflects an emphasis on behavioral standards and appearance within the public school system. This often sparks discussion, among parents and students about individuality versus conformity.
Sure.
The specific rules can be seen as an effort to foster a more disciplined learning environment, maybe a sense of uniformity, respect for institutional norms. It's about setting boundaries.
And beyond haircuts, there was something about technical training.
Yes, very important. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Cancellaria, and NCF, the National Institute for Public Administration, signed an agreement specifically to strengthen technical training.
And that connects too.
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, this agreement is particularly significant and forward-looking. It directly addresses long-term national development goals and workforce preparation. By enhancing technical skills, El Salvador aims to equip its youth with the competencies needed for an evolving job market.
So jobs in the economy.
Directly contributing to economic growth, reducing unemployment. It's an essential investment in human capital that could have profound impacts on the country's future prosperity. It links education directly to national economic strategy.
Got it. These internal shifts are clearly significant, showing a nation in active development. But El Salvador also shines brightly on the world stage, doesn't it? Especially when it comes to culture and sports. It offers a vibrant counter-narrative, maybe, of national pride and global engagement.
Definitely. From
vibrant independence celebrations that seem to unite the nation, to making waves in international music and sports, El Salvador truly has a rich cultural beat and an impressive athletic spirit that seems to reverberate far beyond its borders.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, those celebrations for El Salvador's 204 years of independence are deeply symbolic, culturally significant.
How so?
Well, those colorful parades in San Salvador described as a celebration of peace, civility, and joy in the historic center. They aren't just festivities, they're powerful affirmations of national identity, unity, a collective sense of heritage.
And they use drones.
Yes. The integration of modern technology like drone displays synchronized with the music of Los Hermanos Flores with traditional music. It showcases this fascinating blend of heritage and innovation. It's a way to keep traditions vibrant and relevant for a new generation.
Interesting.
And we also saw reports of Salvadorans in Sweden celebrating with national traditions. That highlights the strong bonds within the diaspora, how these celebrations reinforce a sense of belonging and cultural continuity, whether you're at home or abroad. These events foster a shared narrative, a collective pride essential for national cohesion.
And speaking of Los Hermanos Flores, this is huge news that's been generating a lot of excitement, right? The renowned Cumbia Salvadoreña band is confirmed to perform at Coachella 2026.
Yes.
This isn't just another gig. This feels like a landmark moment.
It is a monumental achievement for Salvadoran music, absolutely. And the national press has rightly celebrated it. Coachella is, undeniably one of the world's most prominent and influential music festivals.
Huge platform.
Exactly. For Los Hermanos Flores to perform, there is an incredible global platform for cultural export. It's a moment of immense national pride. It introduces Cumbia Salvadoreña to wider international audiences who might not have been exposed to its vibrant rhythms, its unique sound.
What else could it mean?
What's truly insightful here is the potential ripple effect. This could open significant doors for other Salvadoran artists, bring more visibility to the rich, diverse musical talent within the country, foster a greater appreciation for its cultural heritage on the global stage.
Right.
It's a recognition that extends far beyond the band itself. It could potentially spark a renewed interest in Salvadoran arts and culture worldwide. This kind of international exposure is just invaluable for cultural diplomacy and, frankly, national branding.
Okay. And in the dynamic world of sports, El Salvador has seen a mix, hasn't it? Inspiring victories, some significant controversies needing introspection, and important developmental news that speaks to the future.
A real mix, yeah.
The national press highlighted Salvadoran teams achieving a double triumph in the World Winners' Cup, and national champions were crowned in the Superliga Claro 2025.
Right. This section truly covers the full spectrum. From achievements that inspire national pride to serious ethical challenges, that double triumph and the Superliga Claro championships, sources of immense national pride. They demonstrate athletic prowess, dedication, the competitive spirit.
And football, the national team.
On the football front, the national team's concentrating on September 28th for matches against Panama and Guatemala at the Cuscatlán Stadium. News reports confirmed Yamil Bukele, he's the honorary president of INES. The National Institute of Sports has been in discussions with Hugo Perez and confirmed the continuity of Belio Gomez, part of the strategic planning for the squad.
So, focusing on consistency.
Seems like it. It shows a focus on consistency and future performance. However, there's also a critical discussion happening. FFUT, the Salvadoran Football Federation, initiated a significant investigation into allegations of racism and homophobia during a match against Suriname.
That's serious.
Very. It raises an important question about the values upheld in sports, the imperative to address such serious issues head-on, ensuring an inclusive, respectful, equitable environment for everyone involved, participants, fans. It's a clear example of the national sport bodies taking a stand on crucial social issues.
We also hear that INES, the National Institute of Sports, allocated a substantial $1.5 million to national teams. And in a fascinating twist, AI is even being used to predict El Salvador's performance in qualifiers.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? The $1.5 million from INDS is a significant strategic investment. It underscores the importance of sports for youth development, physical well-being, enhancing the national image through international competition. It reflects a clear commitment to nurturing talent, providing resources,
And the AI predictions.
That's a fascinating glimpse into how technology is increasingly integrated into sports analysis, offering data-driven insights to potentially gain a competitive edge. It's happening everywhere, really.
Tragically, the sports community also mourned the passing of Jaime La Chelona Rodriguez, an ex-World Cup player, at 66.
Yes, a sad loss. His passing is a moment of collective grief for the national sports community, particularly in football. It highlights the enduring legacy of athletes who've contributed significantly to the nation's sporting history and pride. It really reminds us of the human element, the triumphs and losses that underpin these stories.
And just quickly, in global news, also picked up by El Salvador's press, the legendary actor Robert Redford passed away at 89.
Right, and the mention of Robert Redford's passing in the Salvadoran press shows how certain global cultural events resonate, even locally. It demonstrates a connection to broader international narratives alongside the intensely national focus. Wednesday, September 17th, 2025. Greetings to our listeners in the United States, in California, Florida, Washington, and Texas. Welcome to the News El Salvador SV podcast, a space for conversation and reflection where we explore current events in El Salvador and the world together. Find us for free on YouTube Music, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Deezer, or on your favorite podcast platform. Find us on PayPal. The username is in the description of this podcast's content. Remember, your contributions help pay the bills so we can provide content. We are News El Salvador SV. Follow us, share, and comment.
Welcome back. Okay, so now that we've covered the economic drivers, societal foundations, cultural vibrancy, we're going to delve deeper into the political currents and the societal dialogue shaping El Salvador. And then we'll finish with some truly unique local spotlights that offer maybe a refreshing perspective on daily life.
Sounds good. This section begins by examining the Salvadoran model, which has been a prominent topic in the national press. And this raises an important question, really. What exactly constitutes this model as President Bukele presents it, and how is it being perceived and debated?
Right. He defends it publicly.
He does, often emphasizing rapid results, particularly in areas like security, which, could resonate deeply with many citizens desiring stability and progress. Yet, the national press notes the absence of a comprehensive general plan of government detailing its specific policies, its long-term framework.
What's an example of that uncertainty?
Well, the Movimiento de Trabajadores de la Policía, the MTP, for instance, highlighted the strong message conveyed by the lack of a permanent director for the PNC, the National Civil Police. That can be interpreted as a strategic choice within this model.
And Bukele himself.
He asserted the country is no longer tied to bipartisanship recipes. That suggests a deliberate break from traditional political approaches, a move towards more, perhaps, centralized decision-making.
But there are criticisms.
Oh, yes. Opinion pieces in the press discuss the hidden costs and potential challenges to constitutional order inherent in this model. These hidden costs might refer to concerns about, say, the perceived erosion of checks and balances, the concentration of power, or maybe potential implications for democratic institutions and international relations if traditional policy transparency is bypassed.
So two sides to the coin.
Exactly. This divergence in perspectives is key. On one hand, it's seen by some as an agile, effective approach for quick problem solving. On the other, it sparks concerns about accountability and long-term governance stability. These varying viewpoints contribute to a robust, ongoing national conversation about the country's direction and the nature of its evolving governance.
Okay. And closely related to governance are these critical discussions around civil society, transparency, and El Salvador's, intricate international relations, all covered extensively in the local press.
This area truly highlights critical issues of democracy, human rights, and the operating space for civil society. These are robustly debated in the national discourse.
Like the Journalists Association.
Yes, the Association of Journalists of El Salvador, APES. They made headlines announcing they'd renounce projects with international funding because of the Foreign Agents Law, the LAEX. They cited serious concerns about its implications, particularly how such laws can be seen as limiting the funding and operational capacity of NGOs and independent journalism, potentially impacting their ability to conduct oversight, advocacy, critical reporting.
So it raises questions about press freedom.
Fundamental questions, yes, about freedom of the press and the role of civil society. We also saw civil organizations marching, demanding judicial independence and freedom for government critics. That underscores ongoing concerns about the separation of powers and civil liberties foundational to democratic governance.
And there was something about missing data.
Yes. What's particularly worrying, I think, is that CONAPINA, the National Council for Childhood and Adolescence, hasn't published data on child and adolescent vulnerabilities for 16 months, and the content is now completely unavailable online.
Why is that data important?
Transparent data is absolutely essential for evidence-based social policy making, for accountability, for civil society to advocate effectively. So its absence raises serious questions about public access to crucial information and the ability to track social progress or challenges effectively.
And internationally?
Internationally, the U.S. government is actively opposing the dismissal of charges against Kilmar Apergo. It's a case followed closely in El Salvador. This just illustrates the complexities of international legal cases involving citizens, the intricate interplay between national and foreign judicial processes, often with significant diplomatic implications and public interest.
Okay, back on the ground, away from these high-level policy discussions, urban regulation seems to be actively in action, particularly in the bustling center of San Salvador. Businesses in the historic downtown faced temporary closures due to a lack of proper operating permits, caused quite a stir in the press.
Right. This reflects ongoing efforts by municipal authorities to formalize the economy and regulate urban spaces. It's a common theme in many developing cities.
But it's disruptive for businesses.
Undoubtedly. Especially smaller, informal ones, which are often critical for local livelihoods. But these actions are typically aimed at ensuring compliance with city ordinances, improving public safety, and formalizing economic activity, which can lead to increased tax revenues for city development.
So there's a trade-off.
There's a challenge, yeah. Balancing strict enforcement with supporting local commerce and the livelihoods of vendors, many of whom have operated informally for decades. The benefits, though, could include a more orderly urban environment, potentially cleaner public spaces, an updated registry of businesses.
Part of a bigger push.
As part of a broader push to modernize and organize metropolitan areas, aiming for long-term urban revitalization, but often creating immediate tension with established informal practices.
Okay. And finally, let's wrap up with some truly intriguing, maybe unexpected stories from El Salvador that give us a refreshing perspective. The nation's unique character, innovation, history, all reported in the press.
Yeah, these are great.
We're talking about a Salvadoran scientist who discovered a new species of mushroom. The inspiring story of Henry, who pursues his dream of healing and protecting animals.
Wonderful.
And a fascinating look back at the first home appliances advertised in El Salvador a century ago, coinciding with the arrival of electricity.
These details, while seemingly small in the grand scheme of national policy, bring such a wonderful human element, a vibrant sense of local character to our deep dive. They showcase innovation, passion, a tangible connection to history.
The mushroom discovery.
That highlights the country's contributions to global scientific knowledge, biodiversity, reminds us of the rich natural world within its borders, the intellectual capital of its people, contributing to fields like mycology, conservation,
And Henry's story.
That speaks volumes about the power of individual initiatives, compassion, dedication, making a tangible difference in local communities, inspiring others to act.
And the old appliances.
That historical tidbit about the first home appliances appearing a century ago, hand in hand with electricity arriving. It provides a fascinating glimpse into the rapid evolution of daily life, technological adoption in the country. It reminds us how recent many modern conveniences actually are, how quickly societies adapt, transforming homes and routines. These stories are a beautiful counterpoint to the larger economic and political discussions. They show the vibrant spirit of the people, their unique contributions, the dynamic tapestry of everyday life in El Salvador.
What a journey through the headlines of El Salvador this month. It really is clear that the country is navigating a period of profound transformation, dynamic activity, from its groundbreaking, almost total shift towards solar energy
Quite remarkable.
to the intricate dance of economic growth, alongside those fiscal challenges like pensions, to the vital societal discussions around healthcare, public safety, the future of education.
Right.
And we've also seen that incredible pride and talent on display through its vibrant cultural celebrations and impressive sporting triumphs.
So, what does this all mean when we synthesize these diverse reports? When we look at these varied pieces, from the surge in solar power to the debates on governance, the pride in cultural exports, we see a nation actively defining its future, making bold moves, grappling with complex internal and external forces. And this raises an important question for you, our listener, to consider. Given these rapid and, multifaceted developments, what do you believe is the most crucial balance El Salvador must strike right now to ensure sustainable progress and a prosperous, equitable future for all its citizens?
What kind of balance?
Well, is it primarily between rapid economic development and robust environmental protection? Between strong, perhaps centralized governance and the flourishing of civil liberties and transparency? Or maybe most critically, is it between fostering impressive economic growth and ensuring deep social equity and accessible services for absolutely everyone? Something to think about.
Definitely something to think about. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into El Salvador's evolving landscape. We encourage you, as always, to continue exploring these topics, follow the developments, and form your own